let's see. Wait, what? Experience with and wit before beginning. Taking instructions will cost you 5 points, but will allow you to spend more exploration time because your lamplight will last more than twice as long. Deciding that you are ready to play with intent of earning the coveted 350 point score, you cannot take instructions because of the need of keeping those 5 points. One last warning, in choosing not to take instructions, thereby keeping those 5 points, you will also have much less lamplight. This strategy should be used by those well-practiced players who are ready to try for the maximum 350 point score. What in the... Alright, you know what? No, fuck it. This is called Colossal Cave. This is the demo for a game called Colossal Cave. This game, Colossal Cave, can automatically map your journey as you play. This is recommended. Yeah, sure. I'm playing it right now.
You are standing at the end of a road before a small brick building.
No.
Around you is a forest. A small stream flows out of the building and down a gully. The stream tumbles along a rocky bed. The stream tumbles along a rocky bed.
Okay. So I have a narrator.
You are standing at the end of a road before a small brick building. Around you is a forest. A small stream flows out of the building and down a gully.
I saw that.
The door is closed. The door is closed. The door is closed.
Oh, here we go. That's how I open it.
There is a shiny brass lamp nearby. That won't work here. There is a bottle of water here.
A bottle of water here. Ooh, I can take it.
There's nothing to do with it here. You're inside a building, a well house for a large spring.
The Untold History of Colossal Cave.
Hi,
I'm watching a
I'm
movie
Roberta
inside the
Williams.
game.
I've had a long and very rewarding career designing mini adventure games since the year 1980 with my first game, Mystery House.
Never heard of
I'm
Mystery
excited to
House.
lead you on a journey to explore the game that started it all, Colossal Cave Adventure. It's a vast, intricate game that rewards careful exploration and strategy and really tickles your brain. In fact, it's the game that made me fall in love with game design and led me to my amazing career. In honor of Colossal Cave Adventure's place in gaming history, Ken and I just came out with a brand new version of the old game sporting immersive 3D graphics, character animation, and sound design. Let's dive into a quick history of Colossal Cave Adventure. It all started in 1972 when Patricia Crowther, a young computer programmer and mother of 2 daughters, and her husband Will, also a computer programmer, were part of a team exploring the large cave system in Kentucky called Mammoth Cave. They were both avid spelunkers, and Patricia's role was to map the cave, which she dutifully did in her muddy notebooks.
That's a dumbass thing to do.
Each trek underground brought the team closer.
Like, you have
to
2
their
kids
ultimate
and you like to
goal,
go spelunking? No,
discovering
you're fucking
a
retarded.
suspected link between the Mammoth Cave system and the neighboring Flint Ridge Cave system. After hours of exploration deep within Mammoth Cave, the team reached a tiny crevice called the Tight Spot. Only one of the cavers was petite enough to even attempt to squeeze through the tight crack, and that was Patricia.
It was a crazy place to even think that you could get your body into. And if you just casually looked down into the hole and saw that crack, you would say no one could possibly have been in there.
She soon realized that she had emerged within Flint Ridge Cave. Now, a small woman squeezing through the tight spot may not sound like much, but this connection had been theorized for ages. This one simple act has been viewed as the speleological equivalent of conquering Mount Everest for the very first time. They finally had proof that the two caves were part of one enormous 340-mile-long cave system. The Crowthers began to computerize the map data they had collected by entering it into a
what about all the
terminal
women that
in their
enjoy it?
living room that connected to a PDP-1 mainframe computer at Will's workplace, which was Bolt, Baranek, and Newman. Incidentally, Will's work at BBN, now known as Raytheon BBN, ended up being much more influential than his creation of Colossal
In fact, none of
Cave
them,
Adventure.
nobody gives a shit about the
At
athleticism.
BBN, he
If your
was
numbers
instrumental
aren't
in
garbage,
creating the
no man
ARPANET,
cares.
a packet switching network that changed the face of computing and eventually grew into our modern day internet. In fact, Will, with a partner, actually wrote the code that switched the packets. Sadly, in 1976, Patricia and Will Crowther separated and divorced. But that unfortunate event for them turned out to be fortuitous for the computer game industry. After they separated, Will found it awkward to go caving without Patricia. Instead, he distracted himself by participating in Dungeons and Dragons campaigns and coding late into the night, surrounded by the intricate maps of Mammoth Cave that they had created together. He soon began coding a text-based game to play with his two daughters when they came to visit. It was a fantasy exploration of a magical cave, inspired in part by those many Dungeons and Dragons sessions, faithfully detailing the bed quilt sections of Mammoth Cave that he had explored with Patricia. 700 lines of Fortran code later, his Colossal Cave adventure was complete, he thought. After finishing the game, Will saved a compiled version on his BBN work computer and then left for a month-long vacation. Upon returning, he realized that Colossal Cave had been discovered by people across the ARPANET. It was a phenomenon. From there, it rapidly spread through computer science labs across the country, stopping work for weeks at a time. The following year, Don Woods, an avid fan of the game, added final touches, including humorous prose, more fantasy elements, additional puzzles, but most importantly, a points-based scoring system. In 1979, Microsoft released their own version of the game, and in 1980, Apple did the same, hooking new players across the globe. It was around that time that I first encountered Colossal Cave Adventure. It was just after Christmas of 1979 when my husband Ken brought home a teletype machine to access the IBM 360 mainframe computer at his work. I started playing Colossal Cave on it and was instantly hooked. Not long afterward, we purchased a new Apple II computer and I switched over to playing Apple's version of Colossal Cave Adventure. I finished it with full points, 350. I was thrilled. That's when I realized that this text-based adventure game had completely changed my life. It kickstarted my own career as I went on to design the very first graphic adventure game, which I called Mystery House. Ken programmed Here are my pro tips for playing this wonderfully immersive but
You're inside a well house.
Hi, I'm Roberta Williams. I've had a long and very rewarding career designing many adventure games since the year 1980s. Completely changed my life. It kick-started my own career as I went on to design the very first graphic adventure game, which I called Mystery House. Ken programmed it, and it helped to start our own company, Sierra Online. From its start as a simple text-based game to our latest revival, Colossal Cave's impact on the gaming industry is immeasurable. It not only paved the way for modern adventure games, it's still incredibly fun and challenging to play. I hope you'll try our tribute to this historic, phenomenal game and experience the magic for yourself. If you enjoy it, please give us an honest review. We hope others will enjoy the adventure as well. Thank you.
No.
Here are my pro tips for playing
No,
this
the blade.
wonderfully immersive but sometimes frustratingly complex game. Tip 1. First things first. When you're asked if you'd like instructions, take them. It may seem tempting to jump right into the game, but trust me, the instructions will be a big help. Tip 2. Don't forget to keep a notepad and pen nearby. You'll want to take notes as you play. Tip 3. If you're having trouble with the audio or speed of the game, don't worry. You can easily adjust these by going to the game menu and choosing the settings option. Tip 4. Allow the game to auto-map your way. If you do, you can find the map in the upper left corner of the inventory screen on all versions except VR. On VR, it's the X or primary button on the left controller. Or, for help, use the Y or secondary button. Check your map often. Though it won't reveal what is yet undiscovered, it will keep track of where you've been. It will also display where you have left items behind. Tip 5. Save early, save often. At any place that you find tricky, don't sweat it. Just save your game. That minor action will vastly reduce
Oh, that's a
any
lie.
frustration.
You don't see
After
black people
completing
on
a
the
puzzle
ice.
or obtaining an item, save your game. You can save repeatedly and even save over previous saved games as well. Tip 6. The compass is essential for navigating the cave, so keep an eye on it. You'll find a compass at the top of the screen and your score will be at the top left corner. In VR, the compass will be on your left controller and your score on the right controller. Tip 7. The eye cursor is your friend. Use it to look around and explore your surroundings. The narrator will describe what you see. But when the eye glows over something, he will tell you even more. But remember, not everything you see is important. Some things are merely scenery.
You know, it says when you said when you're playing football, you don't
Tip
pick them up.
8.
You don't pick them up and pile drive them.
The hand cursor
I'm thinking to myself, now I want to play
represents
Blitz the
action.
League.
Wherever you see it glow at a certain area, it means you can try to interact with something. Inventory
Not
items
since,
also
I
glow
think, the
when
League.
hovered over an article they can interact with.
Yeah, I think
Tip
so.
9. Search widely with your cursors, whether the eye, hand, or inventory object. They will
Mutant
glow
Football
when
League.
they land over an important area.
I love that shit back on Sega
Tip
Genesis.
10.
Mutant Football League and Mutant Hockey
Your
League.
inventory will only hold 7 items at a time. Therefore, you'll need to manage your inventory carefully and anticipate your needs.
Smash
Your
people,
map will help
kill
you keep track
refs.
of any items you drop along the way. You can also drop things in other areas strategically.
From downtown.
Tip 11. Don't plan to
Boom,
finish the game
shakalaka.
in one sitting, as there are multiple ways to play it. Colossal Cave is bigger and more complex than it might seem. There are multiple ways to navigate this game. You'll need to come up with strategies, especially if you're aiming for that high score of 350 points. Tip 12.
Jesus
There are
Christ, how many
two
fucking tips does
mazes
this
in
thing
Colossal
have?
Cave, and they can be somewhat challenging. However,
It's
there is a simple
up
solution
to 12
for
so
both,
far.
and a hint will be offered when needed. Tip 13.
Tip 13. Don't
You'll
lose
find that
hope.
some
Try
cave
again.
passages are enchanted and may prevent passage.
Don't give up. Keep trying.
Keep trying. With perseverance, you can make it through. Tip 14.
Oh my
And
god.
remember,
This isn't
not
even
all
a tip.
puzzles are necessarily
prepared for
logical
anything.
or fair, so be prepared for anything. The cave can be a prankster. Use magic to throw you off track, or even get a bit cheeky at times. Another
Like
reason
one
to
tip,
save your game often.
one tip was to take the instructions that I already turned down. Another tip
Tip 15.
was to let the game auto map
If you
for
are
you.
feeling baffled, don't worry.
Tip
There are
15.
hints
Take a
throughout the
hint when
game
you
in
need one.
places where they
Like,
might
what
be
the-
needed. If you're stuck, don't hesitate to take
Yeah,
a hint. It
that-
will
that's what
cost
it
you
said.
some points, but it's worth it, especially if you're playing the game for the first time. Tip 16. If you're going for the high score of
Tip
350
16, plan your
points,
game carefully.
You should have a strategy in mind. You will need to use your moves sparingly, as the mischievous cave will thwart your plans. Alternate routes should be considered. When going for the maximum score, you will not want to take hints or do anything that takes away even a single point. Tip 17. If you have found the dwarf's axe and are carrying it around, be aware that it can be used to expel the dwarfs. Though it's true that they have a first move advantage,
I'm literally
you most
watching
likely
a
will have the
video
chance to
inside the
retaliate
game.
if you're quick. Eliminating the dwarfs one by one will lessen their presence. Tip 18. If you're feeling really stuck and need more help, you can call our hint line 206
Oh my god, there's a Colossal Cave hint
9017.
line.
Our Colossal Cave is exactly the same
Like
as
a
the
legit
original
phone number.
350-point Crowther and Woods version as far as the gameplay and puzzles are concerned. So walkthroughs and hints online may help you as well. You may also access our website, colossalcave3d.com, for more hints or information. From its start as a simple text-based game to our latest revival, Colossal Cave's impact on the gaming industry is immeasurable. It not only paved the way for modern adventure games, it's still incredibly fun and challenging to play. I hope you'll try our tribute to this historic, phenomenal game and experience the magic for yourself. If you enjoy it, please give us an honest review. We hope others will enjoy the adventure.
Please
as
give
well.
us an honest review if
Thank
you
you.
enjoyed this. How long have I've been streaming for nearly 20 minutes and this is all I've done so far.
Colossal Cave, reimagined by Roberta Williams.
A video
only way
that
out.
went through the history of Colossal Cave and the woman who made it, and a tips thing. No, I'm not watching.
Hi,
Yeah, I'm
I'm
not
Roberta
watching this again.
Williams.
No.
I've had
Where's the stop button?
You see rushing water. You're inside a well house. That is useless right now. That won't work here. You're inside a building, a well house for a... Nothing happens. You're in open forest, with a deep valley to one side.
Alright, can I follow the stream? Alright, let's do this.
The grate is locked. You can't go through a locked steel grate.
Says you, bitch.
Brass lantern. Bottle. Tasty food. Bottle of water. There's no... Are you trying to get into the cave? I am prepared to give you a hint, but it will cost you 2 points. Touch the glowing grate if you would like the hint, but hurry before the glow disappears.
No, motherfucker. No, I don't want a hint. I don't want your dirty hint. I will figure out how to get in there myself,
Brass,
you son of a bitch.
Tasty food.
I did not mean to do that. Is there anything in here that I may have missed?
That is useless, right? That won't work here.
Ah, yep, there we go. There are the keys. Anything down here? Nope. Oh, for the love of Jesus. Form your thoughts into fucking sentences.
You can't go through a locked steel grate.
No, I keep getting notifications on my phone about something. Well, someone sending me messages repeatedly.
Brass set of keys. You have unlocked the grate is unlocked.
Huzzah, the grate is unlocked. Down I go.
You're in a small chamber beneath a 3x3 steel grate to the surface. A low crawl over cave leads inwards to the west.
Crawl over the call has to the west. What's this sign? Please keep area clean. I'm in a fucking cave. What do you mean keep it clean?
Brass lantern. You're below the grate. A crawl over cobbles leads to the west. Nothing happens. You are crawling.
Yeah.
You're crawling in a low passage.
How the hell do I use the lamp?
Brass lantern. The
Ah, there
lantern
we go.
is now lit. Tasty food. You're crawling in a low passage. You are crawling over cobbles in a low passage. You're crawling in a low passage. You're crawling in a low passage. You are crawling over cobbles in a low passage. It says Zizzy.
It says sizzle.
It says Zizzy. You are in a debris room filled with stuff washed in from the surface. A low, wide passage with cobbles becomes plugged with mud and debris here. But an awkward canyon leads upward and west. A 3-foot black rod with a rusty star on an end lies nearby. Bottle of water. Black rod. There's nothing to do with it here. Nothing happens.
Oh god, I'm gonna die.
That was a mighty fall.
Yep. I died.
Oh dear. You seem to have been ousted from your adventure. I might be able to help, but I've never really done this before. Do you want me to try and resurrect you? All right. But don't blame me if something goes wrong.
And I start back at the shed. I fell to my death. Yeah, apparently I'm supposed to be prepared for anything. I was not.
This is an opening into a cave.
Wonder if I still have my shit.
Bottle of water.
Yep, still have everything I picked up.
You're crawling in a low passage. There is a small wicker cage discarded nearby. The bird was unafraid when you entered, but as you approach, it becomes disturbed.
Let's see.
Bottle of tasty food. Bottle of black
No,
rod.
not tasty food.
Set of wicker cage. There's no use for that here. That won't. That won't work here. There's no use for that here. There's nothing. The little bird. Nothing happens.
What the fuck? Get over here, bird.
The little bird won't let you near it. The little bird won't let you near it. The little bird won't. If you would like to catch the bird, I can give you a hint, but it will cost you
No,
2
you are not going to
points.
give me fucking a hint
Touch
for
the
2
glowing bird
points.
if you would like the hint. But
Stop
hurry
with the
before
goddamn
glow
hints.
disappears.
If I wanted a
Bottle
hint,
of water.
I
Black bottle.
fucking
Tasty food.
would have played with the tutorial thingy.
There's no use for that here. Bottle of water. Black rod. You're in a splendid chamber. The walls, frozen rivers of orange stone. An awkward canyon and a good passage exit from the east and west sides of this chamber. At your feet is a small pit breathing traces of mist. A white mist, usually water, seen from time to time.
Oh god, no.
My goodness, that was a mighty fall. Oh dear, you seem to have been ousted. Okay. No.
I didn't just fall to my death again.
This is an opening into a cave.
Your mom.
The bird was unafraid when you entered, but as you approach, it becomes disturbed. There's nothing to... Bottle of water. Black rod. Wicker cage. Wicker cage. That is... Nothing happens. There's nothing to do with it. There's nothing to do with it here. That is useless right now.
Yeah, that Baldur's Gate.
The little bird won't let you near it. That is useless right now.
How the fuck? I know I'm gonna need this bird. God damn it.
Bottle of water. Ah, you were getting a bit thirsty. You're in a splendid chamber. That won't work here.
Alright, fuck it. I'm just gonna go this way then. Oh, that. Damn it. Hi, dwarf.
Whoa.
There is a large, sparkling nugget of gold here. A pickaxe is stuck in the rock. You could never pull it out, no matter how hard you try. That is useless right now. You're in a low room. Veins of gold cover the walls. The little dwarf. Watch out! There is a little axe. Sorry, you'll need to drop something before. Tasty set of keys. Beautiful crystals light this murky place. Tasty dwarf's axe. Nothing happened. Nothing happens. Those steps are unclimbable while carrying that heavy gold nugget. Taste brass lantern. Empty bottle. At your feet is a small pit breathing traces of mist. Empty bottle. Large gold nugget.
Nope.
Dropping things you're carrying requires a nice, wide, flat place to put them. With empty bottle. Tasty empty bottle. The bird was unafraid when you entered, but as you approach it becomes disturbed. Nothing happens. That won't work here. You're in the Hall of the Mountain King, with passages off in 5 directions. There's nothing to do with it here. A huge green fierce snake bars the way. Attacking the snake won't work, and is very dangerous. A huge green fierce... Empty bottle. Tasty food. Black rod. Large gold nugget. The snake doesn't seem to be interested in that. Black rod. If you're trying to deal with the snake, I am prepared to give you a hint, but it will cost you 2 points. Touch the glowing snake if you would like the hint, but hurry before the glow disappears. Taste empty wicker, empty brass lantern. Tasty food. That won't work with the snake. That won't work here. Brass lantern. Empty bottle. The snake doesn't seem to be interested in that. Standing at the end of a road before a small brick building, in search of adventure.